All rise for Simon Lee, Duncan and Anthony, Blue. Well, you're very welcome. I mean, did you willingly take on Eurovision? Because it's got a kind of bit of a reputation to it, huge notoriety.
Oh no, they had us at gunpoint.
Did they?
No, I'm not joking.
You will do this.
No, it was something that we thought a bit. You know, at first it was a bit, you know, the stigma attached to Eurovision here in Britain is that it's very cheesy, and so we actually did our homework, and then we realised it's a massive platform, 125 million people watch it right across Europe. We've sold 14 million albums, and most of them across Europe, so we thought, why not?
Were you getting back together anyway, Lee?
We wrote, me and Duncan wrote I Can, we was all in the studio writing, and I Can was a song that came out of a session. You know, you normally go into a writing session of a few days, you know, a week, and you know, a collection of songs, and I Can was in the middle of this. And when we wrote I Can really about us as a group, but when we thought about what we was going to give over to the song for Eurovision, it just fitted so well with the lyrics about, you know, us getting back up there again, because we're all, you know, last year we come bottom.
We were last.
We got nil point. So it
really... that nil point has become something of a British catchphrase.
Yeah,
really.
I know, right? My philosophy is it's a show that's been going since 1956, and if it was really that bad a show, I don't think it would still be running. But the fact that it gets something like 125 million viewers every year tuning in, it's huge across Europe. We all think it's a great
irresistible
thing
challenge,
to do.
really.
Yeah.
Anthony, you realise that Jedward, who are Ireland's entry, no, they say that you've left it too late. You know, you've broken up your reforming. They say we'll get the teenage vote.
They probably will if they qualify for the Saturday night show. Basically, no, Jedward are good lads, but they've got to qualify. We're flying out later tonight to Dusseldorf to start our rehearsals. So literally when we get there, we're rehearsing, but Jedward have got to qualify for the final show on the Saturday night. So they've got to basically qualify on Thursday night, is it, boys?
There's a lot more pressure. I wouldn't want to be doing that.
If they get through, good luck to them.
So you automatically qualify. Yeah. You're in. So you're a step ahead of them. They're amazing, though. They are, well...
They're
they are full of character.
When you meet them, I mean, you think there's a lot of people that you meet in the industry, and they have personas on TV, and you think, oh, they're quite different to when you see them on TV. No, they're exactly like that. You meet them, and they're like...
You really don't need any questions. All I have to do is sit here, and it's a bit like Ant and Dec, you know. Well, Ant or Dec, you know. Well, Edward or Jedward or John or Edward, you know. It's just a bit confusing. But after Eurovision, are you now going to start, you know, working on a new album, Blue Are Back, as it were?
Yeah, it's our 10-year anniversary, and that's the initial reason why we got together, and it's just happened so that the Eurovision thing came along. But, you know, this is just the Eurovision single, our new album, which we're hoping to get ready for August, which later released in September, October. It's going to be a completely different sound. We've had some of the biggest producers in the world come on board since the announcement of us doing Eurovision. So
it seems to give you a good lease of life, sort of new excitement. Do you regret now, Duncan, listening to Elton John, who said blues popularity is beginning to fade, split up and go your separate ways now?
When did he say? He never said that.
Oh, well, I got that.
He never said that. Do you know what the press are like? The press will make up kind of things all the time. I mean, everything you've read about me is totally untrue.
So you can't sing. Right, okay.
Any bad thing.
So why did you split up?
I think at the time, you know, we started in 2000, and it literally catapulted us, not just in the UK. We were all over the world, a big international act selling. You know, we did like 14 million albums, but in order to sell those million albums, you've got to really promote hard. You're on a flight every day, you're in a different country every day, and we just had complete burnout as a group. And I think if we were managed properly, we would probably still have been together. But, you know, that's when the cracks started to happen, and we all ended up going our separate ways.
So do you think actually you can avoid cracks now? I mean, do you think...
Absolutely. I mean, we learned from the first time around, didn't we, lads? And we went our separate ways. You know, the boys, Simon had a successful solo career. Lee's done a few films and solo. Dunk's obviously done the West End stuff. I've done a few of the theatre West End as well. So we've learnt the hard way. but it's done us good for us to come back for our 10th year anniversary and blew her back, guys.
Okay, blew her back. Let me send you over there to go and get rid of this song. Tell me heard this song. It's a pleasure. Good to see you. Performing, as I said, the UK's Eurovision Song Contest entry, which they're hoping will carry off the trophy in Dusseldorf on May the 14th, even if Jedward are there, here with I Can, Blue.
You were the eyes in the face of fortune. I lost my way and I couldn't find you. Oh no. We're not the first ones to be divided. Won't be the last to be reunited. No. Oh no. It's like rain falling down, drops of pain in the ground. I can speak, there's no sound when you're gone. Anything quite like this, no second chances if I don't find it. Oh, oh no, no. You close the door and you kept on walking, left me behind and there's no more talking. No, oh no, no. It's like rain falling down, drops of pain in the ground. I can speak, there's no sound when you're gone. First wants to be divided, oh, won't be the last to be reunited, no.
Come back in one more time.
When you're gone. Come on. I can, I will, I know I can untie these hands. Get back up again. I can, I will, I know I can untie these hands. Get back up again. Get back up again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, the best of luck to Blue, who will be performing that song at the forthcoming Eurovision Song Contest on the 14th of May. Still ahead this Friday afternoon, Magic Man Paul Daniels is here, and I'm back on the allotment answering some more of your gardening questions. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back before you can say 12 points.
The Alan Titchmarsh Show, sponsored by Harvey's The Furniture Store, bringing your home to life.